Vancouver home sales just dropped 20%, inventory is piling up, and prices are slipping. Kind of sounds like a buyer's market, right? Well, not so fast, because we're seeing the highest inventory levels in a decade, months of inventory hitting a 5-year high, and even luxury home sales in West Vancouver have collapsed by 42%. If you're waiting for the market to bounce back, you might be in for a surprise. But is this just a temporary slowdown, or are we entering a long-term market shift? And to figure that all out, I want to first dive into the latest housing market data. What's really happening with prices, sales, and inventory. Then we'll look at the key factors driving this shift. We got interest rates, the luxury market, rental and construction trends. And finally, I'll simplify it all so that whether you're a buyer or a homeowner, you know exactly what this means for you and what to do next. And real quick, for those who don't know me, my name is Richard. I'm a real estate agent passionate about keeping Canadians informed about what is actually happening in the housing market. So naturally, this channel is all about Canadian real estate. So if you like that and you want to stay up to date, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. And so what is happening in the Vancouver market? Well, in February, we saw a 20% month-over-month drop in home sales just across Metro Vancouver, the largest decline since May of 2022. Compared to last year, sales were down 12% overall, with single-family homes seeing the biggest decline. However, the sales level do remain above 2019 numbers, meaning the market isn't collapsing. It's more or less normalizing after the post-pandemic boom. And then more neighborhood specific, downtown Vancouver, condo sales slowed considerably with rising inventory putting pressure on prices. Burnaby and Surrey are still seeing moderate demand, but rising listings are giving buyers more options. And then West Vancouver, luxury home sales dropped 42%, which is the lowest February low since 2012. While sales are slowing, it's not the same everywhere, while others are firmly in buyer market territory. Next is supply is rising, which means more choices for buyers. The number of new listings did fall 19% month over month, but total inventory jumped 32% year over year, hitting decade highs. Condo inventory surged 40%, creating more options for buyers, and single-family homes also saw major inventory growth, particularly in suburban areas. The sales to new listings ratio also fell to 37%, its lowest since 2019. So with more homes on the market and fewer buyers competing, we're moving more towards a true buyer's market in many areas, which has resulted in months of inventory at a 5-year high. A key indicator of market conditions, basically it means how long it would take to sell all active listings at the current sales price. In February, the MOI hit 7 months, meaning we now have 7 months worth of inventory. And just to put this into perspective, historically, when the MOI surpasses 6 months, prices tend to follow. Vancouver hasn't seen inventory levels this high since 2019. And if this trend continues, sellers may have to adjust their expectations, which ultimately makes sense that prices are starting to slide. After months of relative stability, the MLS Home Price Index fell 0.3% in February. Now the drop is small, but given weak demand and rising supply, prices could soften further. Single-family homes saw the most pressure, while condos have held up better. All that to say, prices aren't falling off a cliff yet, but if inventory keeps building, we could see more declines in the coming months. Now that we have a better understanding of what's currently happening, what is driving this market shift? Let's first talk about interest rates and economic uncertainty. Consumer confidence remains weak, with many potential buyers just delaying big ticket purchases. On top of that, mortgage rates have just dropped 25 points, with more reductions likely on the way as bond yields are declining. Some forecasts predict rates in the low 3s by summer, but we'll have to wait and see what actually happens. These lower rates might bring some buyers back, but uncertainty is still keeping many on the sidelines. A thing I wanted to touch on briefly is the luxury market slowdown we're seeing. A major concern in February's data is the luxury home sales in West Vancouver dropped 42% year over year. This suggests that people are just spending less money because when it comes to luxury, people tend to cut that first. And this is just due to the overall economic instability. If this trend continues, high-end real estate may stay weak for the foreseeable future. And when it comes to luxury sales, it's often a leading indicator of trends to come. Now, shifting over to the rental market and new construction trends, while the resale market is slowing, rental construction is still steadily growing. Rental housing construction jumped 3.4% with over 22,600 units in development across Metro Vancouver. This should help stabilize rent growth into 2026 and beyond, reducing the pressure on renters. And a surge of rental construction is good news for affordability, but it also shows signs that developers are shifting focus away from presale condos due to the weak demand. With the Vancouver real estate market changing and whether you're looking to buy or sell, it's just important to understand what these trends mean for you. So as promised, let's break it down in simple terms. If you're a buyer, I would say this is good news, because right now buyers have more power than they've had in years. And why is that? Well, you have more choices. Inventory is way up, which means you're not rushed into making a decision. You can take your time, compare options, and even negotiate better deals. You have less competition. Many buyers are waiting on the sidelines due to the economic uncertainty. So this means fewer bidding wars and better chances of getting a home at a reasonable price. And to top it off, lower mortgage rates are coming. With the Bank of Canada just lowered interest rates by 25 points, and the expected to drop more in the coming months, this could make buying a home more affordable. But I do want to caution you, these are some things I want you to watch out for. Prices could drop further because if inventory keeps rising, prices may continue to slide, and so you don't want to overpay today if waiting could save you money. Some areas are still expensive. Not every neighborhood is cooling at the same rate. If you're looking in a highly desirable area, just be prepared for prices to hold steady. And I'd say the biggest thing is be patient but ready. If you find the right home at a good price, just don't hesitate too long. The market can shift quickly, especially if mortgage rates drop and more buyers jump back in. The bottom line is it's a great time to shop for a home. You have time to negotiate, and better mortgage rates are on the horizon. If you're financially ready, just start looking now, but be smart about where and when to buy. And if you're a seller, this might sound harsh, but you need a new strategy. Selling a home in 2025 is not as easy as it was a year ago. Buyers now have more options and homes are taking longer to sell. And so here's what you need to know. Pricing is everything. Overpricing your home will cause it to sit on the market. Buyers have more choices now, so they won't rush into deals. And always be looking at the data. Look at recent sales in your area and be realistic about pricing. Next is be ready to negotiate. Expect the low offers and don't be offended. Buyers know they have more power. You might need to offer incentives like covering the closing costs or having, flexible closing dates, just to make your home stand out. Another option is, if you can, wait till summer. If you don't need to sell right away, waiting until late spring or summer could be a better move now, as lower mortgage rates could bring more buyers back, increasing demand for homes. And then make sure your home stands out. Presentation matters. Staging, minor upgrades, and professional photos can help sell your home faster and for a better price. Homes that look move-in ready attract more buyers, even in slower markets. And so the bottom line is, if you need to sell now, price competitively and be prepared to negotiate. And if you can wait, consider holding off until summer when lower mortgage rates may bring more buyers back. All that to say, the real estate market is constantly evolving. And the key to making smart decisions is understanding the data. If you found this update helpful, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss next month's report. And if you want to see how this month's compares to last month's, where I break down key trends that are still shaping the market today, I'll link that video right here. And while you watch that, I'm going to go fly some drones.